This is what most Americans innocently put into their bodies these days, and most alarmingly, into the bodies of their children.
Part of the whole Make America Healthy Again shtick, touted by Trump and RFK Jr. on the campaign trail, is that Americans need to have better food to eat, which, true, absolutely.
We all have our guilty pleasures, but some foods are so unhealthy that even just a little can do serious harm to your body. You might love them, crave them, and even defend them, but let's be honest. These foods aren't doing you any favors. And yes, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is practically begging Americans to stop eating them. So, what are the foods Americans need to avoid? What's the reason behind Robert's warnings? In this video, we'll examine 10 foods Americans should stop eating to help them understand the risks and stay away from them. Though I don't want to take food away from anyone. First up, potato chips. They're everywhere. At parties, in lunchboxes, and stacked on store shelves in flashy bags that make them impossible to ignore. Take this bag of Ruffles, for example. Once you open it, it's game over. No one eats just one. But the sad truth is, these crispy, salty slices of heaven are damaging your body by bite. Let's start with sodium overload. A single 8-ounce bag of plain chips can contain up to 1,200 milligrams of sodium. Well over half the daily recommended intake from the World Health Organization. And let's be real, most people eat far more than the suggested serving size. Excess salt makes your body retain water, leaving you bloated and sluggish. Worse, high sodium levels can spike blood pressure, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke over time. But the problems don't end there. Chips are deep fried, just like French fries, meaning they soak up unhealthy fats that contribute to weight gain and clog arteries. And because they're designed to stay crispy for months, they're loaded with preservatives that don't belong in your body. Then there's acrylamide, a chemical that forms when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. Studies suggest it may increase cancer risk. And while research is ongoing, is it really worth the gamble? If you're shocked by this, brace yourself. The most alarming part is still ahead. Next, French fries. They're one of the hardest foods to resist. Served with burgers, piled high at diners, and calling your name from fast food drive-thrus. But here's the brutal truth. These golden sticks are health nightmares. A plain baked potato has about 93 calories and almost no fat, but deep fry it, and you're looking at 310 calories and 14.7 grams of fat per 100 grams. That's not a small jump. It's a full transformation from harmless veggie to grease-soaked disaster. The real danger lies in the frying process. Potatoes lose water and absorb oil, often loaded with trans and saturated fats, which raise bad cholesterol and increase heart disease risk. And portion sizes? Nobody stops at a handful. A large order can top 500 calories, and dipping them in mayo or cheese sauce just piles on more unhealthy fats. Worse, fried foods are linked to inflammation and type 2 diabetes. The solution? Make them at home using an air fryer or oven. You'll get the crispiness without the guilt. Now, breakfast cereals. They might seem harmless, but don't be fooled by bright packaging and health claims. Many are sugar bombs in disguise. A single serving can pack up to 18 grams of sugar, about 5 teaspoons. Dangerously close to the daily limit of 9 teaspoons for men and 6 for women. And who actually sticks to one serving? Most people pour double without realizing it. Sugar isn't the only issue. Most cereals are made from refined grains, stripping away fiber and nutrients. This leads to blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and increased hunger before lunchtime, a pattern that raises the risk of weight gain, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. Not all cereals are bad, but even whole grain options often hide sugars and artificial additives linked to hyperactivity in kids. For a better breakfast, try whole grain oats, plain yogurt with fruit, or eggs. Instant noodles are another culprit. They're cheap, convenient, and tasty, but also loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and zero real nutrition. A single serving can contain 1,500 milligrams of sodium, about 3/4 of the daily limit, and most people eat the whole package, consuming nearly a full day's salt in one sitting. Excess sodium causes bloating, high blood pressure, and heart strain. The seasoning packet is just as bad, packed with artificial flavor enhancers like MSG, which some blame for dizziness and headaches. The noodles themselves are often deep-fried, loaded with trans fats that clog arteries and raise cholesterol. For a healthier option, try fresh noodles with low-sodium broth and real veggies. As Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says, "I pray all Americans stop eating these foods." And instant ramen tops the list. Processed cheese is next. Unlike natural cheese made from milk, salt, and cultures, processed versions, like bright orange slices or canned spreads, are packed with additives, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. They contain 50% more salt than natural cheese, contributing to high blood pressure and heart disease. New research suggests high dairy fats might benefit heart health, but processed cheese is a different story. It's loaded with emulsifiers, artificial colors, and even vegetable oils. Opt for real cheese like cheddar or mozzarella instead. Instant mashed potatoes might save time, but they're far from healthy. Dehydrated flakes contain 440 milligrams of sodium per serving, 25% of the daily limit, plus unhealthy fats and preservatives. Some brands even add silicon dioxide and artificial flavors. For a better option, mash fresh potatoes at home, keeping the skins on for extra fiber. Microwave popcorn, a hidden health risk. Microwave popcorn may seem like a convenient snack, but it harbors some hidden dangers. While plain air-popped popcorn is a healthy whole grain, the microwavable version is often loaded with harmful substances. The inner lining of microwave popcorn bags contains per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, a group of chemicals linked to cancer, liver damage, and hormone disruption. These chemicals can leach into the popcorn when heated, increasing long-term exposure risks. Another major concern is artificial butter flavoring, which often contains diacetyl. This chemical has been linked to bronchiolitis obliterans, also known as popcorn lung, a serious respiratory condition. Additionally, many brands use trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils, to enhance flavor and shelf life. Trans fats contribute to heart disease, inflammation, and high cholesterol levels. Moreover, a staggering 95% of commercially grown popcorn comes from genetically modified GMO corn, which raises concerns about pesticide exposure and long-term health effects. For a truly guilt-free snack, opt for organic, non-GMO kernels and air pop them at home. Add real butter or heart-healthy olive oil and season with sea salt or nutritional yeast for a flavorful crunch. Hot dogs, a processed nightmare. Hot dogs are a staple at barbecues and ball games, but they rank among the unhealthiest processed foods. These classic franks are made from mechanically separated meat, a slurry-like paste produced by forcing animal carcasses through a sieve. While unappetizing, the real issue lies in their additives. Each hot dog typically contains over 500 milligrams of sodium, contributing to high blood pressure and heart disease. They also contain sodium nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that help retain color and prevent bacterial growth. However, when exposed to heat, nitrates can form nitrosamines, compounds linked to colon, pancreatic, and stomach cancers. Many hot dogs also include high fructose corn syrup, a sweetener associated with obesity, insulin resistance, and fatty liver disease. Instead of indulging in processed meats, try a veggie sandwich on whole grain bread, topped with fresh greens, avocado, and hummus for a satisfying, nutrient-rich meal. White bread, empty calories, hidden dangers. White bread may be a household staple, but nutritionally, it offers little value. Made from refined wheat flour, it lacks the fiber, vitamins, and minerals found in whole grains. The refining process strips away the bran and germ, leaving behind a starch-heavy product with little nutritional benefit. To improve texture and shelf life, many white breads undergo a bleaching process, using chemicals like benzoyl peroxide and chlorine dioxide, which may have potential health risks. Additionally, white bread often contains added sugars, such as high fructose corn syrup, which can lead to blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and increased cravings. Without fiber to slow digestion, white bread is quickly converted into glucose, contributing to insulin resistance and weight gain. Instead, choose 100% whole grain or sprouted bread, which provides fiber, essential nutrients, and a slower, more stable release of energy. Red meat, while a rich source of protein, iron, and essential nutrients, also carries potential health risks when consumed excessively. One major concern is its high saturated fat content, which can raise LDL bad cholesterol levels and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Processed red meats, such as bacon, sausages, and deli meats, pose even greater risks due to the presence of nitrates and nitrites, which have been linked to colorectal cancer. Additionally, cooking red meat at high temperatures, such as grilling, frying, or broiling, can produce harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which have been associated with cancer. Despite these risks, moderate consumption of lean, unprocessed red meat can still be part of a balanced diet. Choosing grass-fed or organic options, incorporating more plant-based proteins, and using gentler cooking methods can help minimize the negative effects while maintaining the benefits of red meat. Would you give up any of these foods, or are some too hard to resist? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next video.